Alright, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast, another moment in the present, right? Something I need to remind myself quite often. Before I get into this episode, I just want to say I am trying something a bit different with the light, and I'm constantly trying to mess with my camera settings, trying to make the quality better. I'm sorry if it does look laggy or a little bit delayed. I don't know why it does that. I'm sure I could watch some YouTube videos and really get into it, or just look into webcams to throw on top of my laptop there. But I really don't have the funds right now, and I think this does the job. At least you get some visuals with the audio, and it's not just, a still image, right? But that's kind of the housekeeping out of the way for this one. I know it's been a while, and I kind of need to get back into it and practice, right? Because it has been a little bit. I can't lie. I've been lost in the sauce. I've been distracted by life, and it's kind of been kicking me while I'm down. But I feel like that's just part of the process of life, right? It's like you have the highs and the lows, but you know, every every hill that you're working hard to get up, or it feels like it's a lot of energy to get up, it's going to be a lot less energy on the downhill, until you get to the next one. It's just how it goes, ups and downs. um, I don't know. I've been thinking about myself a lot and the ego, and just, I don't know, I guess getting lost in that too, and just, I would like to think that I am thinking about unity and everybody coming together and unifying and trying to spread that message, but it's hard, and it's one of those things where it's like paradoxical, where I feel like the harder you try to unite people, it's almost like it's working against itself sometimes. But you can't I can't change anybody's minds. I'm just trying to open their eyes. That's what I've been saying lately, because you really can't change anybody's minds. You could change their perspective on something, but that's all anything is. It's perspective, and everything is subjective, right? As much as we would like to think that there are, you know, solid, like there's anything precise or exact. I'm kind of lost for the word right now, but we want to think everything is exactly what it is, how we see it. Oh, it is what it is. No, everything that we see and we perceive, it's the ideas in our heads and the titles that we put on stuff, right? So it's stuff that I have to remind myself constantly. I feel like this is a good way to remind myself, and this definitely helps. But like I said, I haven't been doing too many lately. I've been focusing on other stuff. Geez, I got my list of talking points here. I got my notepad and paper down here with a whole to-do checklist that I've been getting through. I've been checking stuff off, trying to smoke less weed, so I got my toke tracker for the day. What am I at? 2, 3, 4, 5 tokes, and it's about 2:30, which is pretty good. I would otherwise be at more than that if I wasn't tracking them. I feel like with tobacco, you kind of fall into this routine of like every 45 to an hour, I could rip a toke if I'm not paying attention, right? And it's bad that way. It is kind of dangerous, but when you really focus on it and you put your time and your energy into like trying to quit, and then you put that time and energy you're spending, pardon me, if you take that time and energy you would otherwise spend smoking, or I would spend sitting here at the desk packing the toke, smoking, sitting on my phone after, whatever it is, it saves you a lot of time. You got a lot more energy to do other stuff. I got a full list of stuff that I had on the fridge, and like my to-do list, and I just been running through it. Every time I think, oh, I could go for a smoke, it's like, nah, let me get one more thing done first, and then I can go for a smoke. And it definitely has been helping, so that's nice. I mean, over these past few weeks, and like, I don't know, the past like month or two, maybe even longer, I feel like I've been feeling a bit of the cabin fever, being stuck inside even when the weather was nice, which it's kind of a piss off I didn't go out more. But I gotta get out and go for walks around the block or something, because I feel like I've just been stuck in the apartment too much, not going out enough, not really talking to people as much as I'd like to be. And I don't know, I watched a Mythbusters episode on it, and they were talking about how, yeah, if you're trapped in a cabin and there's a blizzard outside and you can't go outside, you can try to exercise. You can try to exercise your mind by writing or by whatever it is, but you'll literally go insane just sitting in a box. And it makes me wonder if it's like our architecture and how we build stuff, or if it genuinely is like people are animals, or they've evolved from animals, so we're meant to be outside or outside more often than we're inside. And then when you flip that, it causes anxiety in us, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, just because, you know, you look at a lot of people's emotions and feelings and their rationale about stuff. It really is like, it's still animalistic, even though we put all these titles and we try to what's it? I'm feeling kind of lost for words today. Sorry. When you're trying to use your brain to work through it, I'm doing it right now. Like calculate, but it's not that. I should have my phone here and I can look up synonyms, but you know. Damn, I really just lost that. I completely couldn't think of the word, and trying to think of the word, I completely lost my train of thought. So maybe that's just how it's meant to go. But yeah, what was I talking about? Cabin fever. I've been inside too much. I don't know. I've been wanting, or I have been going to therapy again, I should say, and it has been helping with my mental state because I have been kind of down in the dumps. But it's weird. It's weird when you feel depressed or anxious or whatever it is, you have these emotions in your head, but then you're also aware of them, and you're aware of like the world around you and how your emotions and how you react impacts the world around you. And it's more to think about, really, but it's like, I don't know. I've been leaning more towards the like wanting my space, wanting to be alone, not talk to people as much, because I feel like it's hard to find people you resonate with and you really connect with and you can really have genuine conversations with and get down to deeper levels on stuff. In that sense, it's kind of annoying. I guess that's me trying to put in expectations on people. But this is just kind of like something I would like to have, something I would like to experience. And I feel like, although I've been trying to put the work in, I haven't been able to find that so far. Or it's very hard to find and especially keep consistent over time, you know? Just with people's schedules and everything going on in the world, like people drift apart or people can't spend as much time together as we like to. I don't know, it's just kind of upsetting that we can't focus more of the world on like, oh yeah, you go out. Just comparing North America to Europe, and I know I'm kind of all over the place here. I'm sorry, I'm just getting back into podcasting really and trying to practice more and practice public speaking, I guess. But comparing North America to Europe, in Europe, let's say you wake up in the morning, you live with your family, or maybe you don't live alone, like you live close to your family, so you go see them in the morning. Maybe on your way there you stop at the bakery, so you pick up a baguette or whatever bread or pastry you want to get for the morning. You go over there, maybe you grab some croissants, because those are perfect in the morning, especially when they're fresh baked, beautiful. And then, what's it? Yeah, sorry, I'm all over the place here. So you're on your way to your family's place, or you live with your family, so you get there with breakfast, and you know, you spend time in the morning talking with them, planning out the day. Maybe one of you, somebody's reading the newspaper, so you're talking about what's going on, and you get different points of view on it. You plan out your day, then you split up. You come back for lunch, which is your main meal of the day, Whereas here we have dinner at night before you go to sleep, and then your body's processing the food overnight, which isn't as good for you, but makes more sense to have a big meal middle of the day. You've been working in the morning, you get some food in you, you have a nap maybe, and then you go back out, do a little bit more work, you come home for a snack in the evening, and then you're chilling, you're done for the day. But during your day working, let's say you're a farmer, you'd be going to your different fields, you'd be going to the farm itself, and then actually going out to the fields or doing whatever work needs to be done. But you're talking to your neighbors, to your co-workers, to whoever it is, your farm hands, like your employees, I guess. If it's a family-run thing, usually there aren't very many employees, it's just the family, right? But I don't know, we don't get that in North America as much, and if you do, it's like out in the fucking country. You can't find it. It's so far away, so far removed from these city centers like the GTA, the Green Belt, like wherever it is, right? I don't know. It's just, I feel like we've really become disconnected, not only from nature, but then other people in our society around us. It's like, you don't have to be friends with everyone, but just have a space where you can have community and you say, yeah, this is a safe space. People can come here, just relax, chill, get some food, talk to people. If you want, you can have your own space because you want to get away from people, whatever it is. Like, you just come here and chill, have some sort of town square or whatever it is. But like, F's sake, sometimes you see it in the like downtown sections of towns, whatever it is. But I don't know, it's then it's all capitalist, right? Then it's all based on money. You have to have a business that rents the space on the downtown strip and whatever. It's like, there's no, well, barely any, if any, family-owned businesses. Shit that's been around for generations, passed down in the generations, are really teaching the skills through the family. Like, you don't get that shit anymore, you know? And that's what's frustrating. It's like, why do I want to go out and interact with people in this society, in this economy, when it's all capitalist, fascist, whatever you want to call it? It's kind of bullshit, man. It's not, we're not focusing on survival. We're just living, surviving, trying to figure out what the fuck to do with ourselves. The whole point of life is to survive. So why are we relying on these comforts, like an apartment, like all these things, and then it's all, oh, so now I have to trade my whole life just to make money to pay for the things, to stay, to survive, to live, to make the money to pay for the thing. You see how it's paradoxical? Whereas you could just do the shit to survive that's gonna make you feel fulfilled, and then you're gonna stay surviving. Like, just cut out the middleman, which is the money and the work and the like paying for comfort. Like, why, man? See, and that's why I don't understand. It's like, at this point, I would still rather go start some shit from scratch and build a community from the ground up with people I really trust than, even by myself, honestly, than try to make this shit work any longer. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I have started therapy again, which is helping. It's helping my mental state a lot. But maybe I need to, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if I need to talk about it more and get it off my mind, or the reason I feel like this is because I have been talking about it so much, and it's almost like an echo chamber. But I hope it's because society's waking up and people are waking up to the fact that society is bullshit, how we've made it, how we rely on money and all this stuff. It's like, let's stop playing the games. Let's call it what it is. Let's be realistic and not just try to keep perpetuating this facade that shit is working and it like everybody's happy and everything works and we have democracy and freedom and all this shit. Is like, no, man. No, sir. We are slaves to the wages and the taxes. And in that way, in that respect, in that aspect, slavery has never gone anywhere because work has always needed to be done. And it's either you trade somebody for their time and their energy, you trade something to the people for their time and their energy, or, yeah, because that includes currency, or you force them to do it, which is slavery. But at the end of the day, if you have the first system I mentioned where you trade them for their time and their energy, and then somebody says, no, I don't want to, or I can't, and then you punish them for it, is that not the same thing basically? Like, oh, you can't work. Instead of just saying, oh, okay, so you can't accept this trade and you can't have what I'm offering, they say, oh no, here's your punishment. It's either physical, mental, whatever it is. Like, very frustrating, man. Very, very frustrating. And it's, I don't know, just trying to stay busy, do my chores, stay up on my music, on making content like this, whatever it is, and trying to spread the message of what I see. It's like, I don't know, it's tiring. I'm trying to turn this into a job still because this is what I'm passionate about. Even yesterday, I was making a list on Asana because Jewel, my girlfriend, was showing me Asana and how it has good features for like making a list and then checking off everything you have to do, and she uses it at work. Pardon me. Excuse me. So she was showing me Asana, and I started making a list of all the songs that I have on my phone or in my notes, whatever, the ones that are like I downloaded the beat or I need to record it or it's recorded and it needs to be mixed and mastered and uploaded to whatever platform. Decent amount of songs, probably over 100 on that list because the one section had 70 something, 60 to 70, and then the other one had to have had 20 to 30. So and then there was more too, but just she was asking me like, oh, how do you have so many songs? It's because I genuinely love making the music. I want to do it in my free time. That's how I have so much that I'm sitting on, because all the free time before I would put into this. Sometimes I would play video games, sometimes I'd have to do chores or work, whatever it is, but it's like whenever I can, whenever I had enough energy and time to do it, I was doing it because I genuinely love it, just like what I'm doing right now, right? It's 2:45 today. I hate thinking about time and how we schedule our whole fucking lives, but it's 2:45 today. I finished my chores. I did everything I need to. I haven't been smoking too much. I've been trying to stay on top of like, okay, my therapy and like getting a job and all this shit. Now I have free time. I was thinking, oh yeah, I could play video games. I could turn on the Xbox and play GTA or whatever. I can't now because my Xbox Gold expired, which, one, it's bullshit that you have to buy a console and pay for internet just to pay for access to play the games that you also have to buy. But if you want a life hack, it is cheaper to get the gift cards of Xbox Gold for 12 months and just buy a new gift card every year than it is to pay on credit. And I think it's by like you're saving like 3 months worth of payments with the gift card opposed to on a thing. Because I was looking at it, I think it's like 100. What is it? It's either 100 or 120 for the card, and then if it's $20 a month or something, or no, it would be. So let's say it's $20 a month times 12. Let's do it with the hands quick. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 140, 160, 182, 220, 240. And then, so yeah, if it's $20 a month, which I think it's like 13 to 13, 15, which they might have raised it now. So let's say 100, let's say if it's 13, so you're going to do the 10 times 12 is 120, and then the 3 times 10 is 30, so 150. I think that's what it is. I think if you pay with a card, it's 150-ish, before the tax probably, and then if you buy a gift card, it's like $100. bro, what kind of shit is that? So I was always getting the gift cards. Now I haven't been working, I don't have enough money, and I don't want to waste my time on that when I should be trying to focus on making the art and making the content, turn it into a game, but make it into a job, doing something I love to pay the bills that I need to work and shit, right? It makes sense to me, it makes sense in my mind, but obviously trying to I don't know, get other people to give a shit about what I'm doing, it's such a piss off. That alone almost makes me not want to do it. And just going on Substack, X, Threads, whatever it is, and just seeing the amount of people saying, or just engagement farming, whatever it is. They're saying, oh, I'm new to this, follow me, I'll follow you back. Or if you have this many subscribers or followers, comment on this and we can engage with each other. And it's like, yeah, I understand that works. But when every single fucking account is doing it, where is the genuine content? Like, where are the real people trying to put their thoughts out there like I'm doing? And that's what fucking trips me up. It's like, there's so much engagement farming and just bullshit content and people putting shit out that they don't really care about, that has no value, really, to themselves, to anybody else, to the fucking world. But I'm sure this sounds hella egotistical. I'm trying to actually make a change in the world. I'm trying to do some shit, actually make some art, be authentic, make something new, make something real. Like, oh, it's frustrating, man. It is so frustrating. But then I just have to sit back and go, no, life is a process. I have to let life do its thing. If this is meant to be, it's meant to be. If not, it's not going to work out. And then I'm going to figure out what is meant to be later on, right? But, sorry about hitting the desk. It takes time. It takes trial and error. And I don't know, I feel like if you have enough dedication and you really take the time to thinking about what you want to do and really like manifesting it in terms of planning it and then putting the energy into that plan to achieve the plan, how are you going to fail? You know what I mean? How are you going to fail? Obviously, something like this is relying on other people, but to a certain extent, even if I was working and I still wouldn't be making money on this, or making money somewhere else, I would still be putting the time and energy into this shit because it's what I care about. And that's just like, that's another thing that cheeses me, is the fact that whether we have to or if it's what people think you have to do to make it, the amount of people that say, oh, just work a job, work part-time, make some money just to do what you love in your free time. It's like, brother, why am I going to spend my time in my life going out somewhere, make a minimum wage, barely enough to pay for the shit I need to, and I wouldn't be working enough to actually make enough because I'd be stressing the fuck out. Why would I go do that just to come back, just to come home, do chores, make food, try to clean and keep stuff clean, right? Do laundry and all that. And then after all of that, I'm putting what's left over into the shit I'm passionate about. It's like, man, no wonder motherfuckers don't achieve shit. How are you going to achieve shit if you're not putting the max or as much as possible of your time and your energy into something? Right? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to stay positive, trying to stay aware and realize that, like, everything happens for a reason and it's gonna work or it's not. Like, it's everything's okay. It's okay. I don't need to stress. I don't need to be thinking about the future. I just need to be present, live in the moment, get shit done. Excuse me. And the more you are present and the more aware you are, the easier it is and the more shit you can get done. If you make a list and you put your mind to it, it's easy, man. You know? And yeah, what's it? The last thing on my list there, trying to cut back. Definitely trying to smoke less because one, it's not a good habit. Two, it's expensive. I can spend like I was saying before, if I'm smoking every 45 to an hour, I could probably blow through 3 ounces with my girlfriend smoking a little bit, maybe like a third or a quarter of it. What she would smoke. She would smoke like a third or a quarter of it. Sorry, just to make that clear. And then I would be smoking the rest of those 3 ounces. I could probably go through that in like 2, 3 weeks. 2 weeks probably. Like it's pretty bad. It should be like an ounce every 2 weeks, like at the minimum, at the minimum. But it is what it is. I'm not proud of it. I'm not trying to say that as a flex or saying like, oh yeah, I smoke so much. It's like, no, I know it's bad. I'm trying to cut back. It's one of those things that if you let it get away from you, you don't even realize how deep you are until, oh shit, I'm smoking fucking 10 bowls a day or whatever it is. It's like, fuck, that is a lot of weed. And to somebody who's just smoking, who's just starting smoking, or who's not like a chronic smoker, whatever you want to call it, it's, oh, sorry, itchy nose. It's, that's a lot, bro. That would fucking, that would knock people out. That would make them go straight to sleep. So the fact that I've gotten to the point where it's like, oh yeah, I'll just keep going and keep ripping and whatever, it's like, fuck, man, that is not the best. But again, you gotta start by being aware and recognizing where the flaws are, where the downfalls are, and then you can start fixing shit, right? If you have a whole system with issues, sure, you can start from the basics, or you could work your way back until you find where the problems start popping up and try to start fixing it from there, right? Because before, and if you can't go from there, you try to take it back further. I don't know. Just like if you have to take it to square one, but shit, learn from the mistakes for sure. Like only learn and never lose. OG3 been the team. Damn. But bars. What's it? What was I talking about? Yeah, just learn. Yeah, sorry. That's why I started saying, like, if my thinking is wrong, at least learn from it, and then go live your own life. Take the things that you thought were good from what I was saying, and the things that you thought weren't good, and fucking go on with it. Like, I don't know. I'm just putting my thoughts out there for other people, and if they relate, they do, and if they don't, it's no skin off my nose, no skin off my back, Damn, I wonder if that's like an old racist saying, like, call a spade a spade. No skin off my back, like if I can whip, right? And then a spade. It's what people used to call African Americans, which is quite unfortunate that people still like use that phrase to this day and they don't know what it means, but I don't know. It's yeah. Sorry to take a turn there. I don't know. It's just my brain is literally all over the place. I'm trying to get back into podcasting. Definitely got to practice more. Definitely got to do more to get better at them. But, I also want to save up. Like maybe not do them as often just to make sure that I have a good amount of content to talk about. And the things that I am talking about are like relevant and whatever. But then again, it is kind of like therapy, just getting stuff off my mind, off my chest. And then when I finish, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I just let it out and I can chill and breathe and I don't have to talk, or I'm not overthinking because my brain has been thinking for half an hour or 25 to 40 minutes straight, however long they go, Like, I don't know, it does feel therapeutic. I appreciate anybody who, finds them helpful or interesting, or like when I was smoking a lot more before, if you enjoyed them as like, oh, somebody to talk to, somebody to smoke with. I would love to be that person for you, because that's like, honestly, sometimes that's what I'm looking for. And then sometimes it's just about building community and just being there, like, yeah, if you feel like you don't have anybody, at least you got me. I'm here for you. You can shoot me a message on stuff, like send messages. Jesus. Drop messages under this video in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling today. Like, I genuinely want to hear it. I care about y'all. In a sense, I care about myself, which means I care about y'all, because that's all it is. We're all one. We all go through shit, different experiences, but the feelings are the same, Like, we all feel anger, we all feel sadness, we all feel, like, you know what I mean? We all have a lot more similarities than differences. We all bleed the same color, we're all made of water, oxygen, hydrogen, and carbon, right? Some of the most abundant particles in the universe. You know what, screw it. Maybe I will rip, when was my last one? 150, and it's 3. Yeah, a little over an hour. By the time I pack and I get to the time that we rip, it'll be fine. Make sure I mark it down on my tote tracker page. But yeah, man, this is what it's about, Being aware, being able to talk about stuff, here, let me do this away from the mic. Being able to reflect on, yourself and your own thoughts, objectively, subjectively, like, from different perspectives and different points of view. It's pretty important. I also want to be able to build a community and give people a safe space to talk about how they feel, express ideas that are on their mind, because I genuinely want to hear them. I'm curious. I want to, bro, let's talk about crazy shit. Let's talk about pyramids. Let's talk about conspiracy theories. Fuck it, let's go. As long as it's not directly hurting anybody or fucking, it's not assault or abuse or whatever it is. No harm, no foul, And then if people are uneducated and they do mess up, we teach them, right? We don't have to say, oh, you're a fucking disgusting piece of shit. You say, no, hey, let's think about it objectively. Let's think about it subjectively too, I guess. Yeah, from the different points of view. Let's think about it, realize that actions have consequences, and sometimes even people's actions that they think are good in their own head could have negative consequences because they haven't fully thought it out, or because somebody else's perspective, whatever it is. But we're going to teach others, maybe not right and wrong, but that consequences have actions. And we're trying to grow as people and as a community for the better. Because if we can do better for ourselves, for the people around us, we can be better for the next generation and subsequent ones after that. I would like to hope it's a domino effect or a snowball effect even. The more time and effort you put into changing stuff for the better and trying to find, truth, honesty, all this stuff, how can you go wrong? How can you truly go right? Because in my mind, there are no bad takes or opinions, just uneducated ones, right? Because if somebody has a good take, it's probably because they're educated and because they know what they're talking about. And most of the time when I hear a bad take is because somebody's uneducated and they don't do their research. Kind of like why I dropped the TikTok yesterday, explaining how can anybody in this day and age call another individual or group of people fascist when the whole world is fascist. If you look up the definition of it, it'll probably pop up with the Wikipedia first. That's what I was referencing. But then you go to the etymology, and the definition basically just says dictatorship, autocracy, ultranationalist, militarized, natural hierarchy, and all this shit, opposed to all the other ones. But when you think of that, and then you look to the etymology of the word, which is just groups or syndicates, that's what our world is run by today. all around the fucking world. It's just run by these little groups and syndicates, or large groups and syndicates with lots of people all over the world. But a lot of it has to do with money, and that's why I keep saying, if we didn't have the money and we were just focusing on life and survival and enlightenment, whatever you want to call it, I feel like we would be a lot further along, or a lot of other stuff would kind of fall into place. I'm not saying we wouldn't have war or shitty people trying to steal from others. It's like, there's still going to be stupid people out there doing stupid shit. But if there's less motivation, which money is one of the biggest motivating factors for war and greed and all this shit, maybe we wouldn't have a lot of the issues associated with the thing, money. And then it would give us time to focus on stuff like the ego. Because if you're trying to focus on survival, which is making money to survive, obviously your ego is going to be kicked in, because it's a survival instinct. It's like part of your survival instinct to think about yourself, self-preservation, make sure you're good, make sure you have what you need for you, right? But if we were focused on survival and we were like working on the food, we had our garden, we had X, Y, and Z, a shelter, we made our own clothes, we had our livestock, our garden, our family, our friends. What if you can survive, then you can spend a lot more time focusing on the ego and go, oh, maybe I shouldn't have got upset that Buddy walked over my flowers or my carrots or whatever the fuck. And it's like, oh yeah, you wouldn't get as upset because it's not, sure, it's based on your survival and shit, but you don't have to pay for it. It's like, oh shit, you stepped on one, but I got a bunch more, and we usually have an abundance of them to the point where we're giving away the extra, so 1 or 2 carrots getting stepped on isn't that bad. You know what I mean? But when you have to scrounge your change together for a bag of carrots, or just like bread or whatever from the grocery store, no shit, you're gonna be like an animal, food, no shit, you're gonna have food aggression, because you had to fucking fight for the money to get the food. That's like your fight to kill the animal and get whatever, and then you're gonna say, okay, it's all mine because I'm starving. You don't let anybody else get it. Like, I don't know, man. In my mind, sorry, I'm throwing up these a lot. I just like the hand movements. Fuck, and then I lost my train of thought because I was thinking about fucking. Oh yeah. You know what I mean? I'm getting lost in the sauce here. I'm getting lost in the present, low key. But I'm getting off topic. What's it? Yes, sorry. Back to what I was gonna say, because my brain had to do a fucking hopscotch to get back to it. I feel like people are see-through. And a lot of them, you can tell that they're in survival mode. Their ego's kicked in. They're barely surviving or making enough money to survive in this bullshit world. So it's like, can we not look at shit objectively, realistically, and try to fix shit for the better? You know what I mean? But let's rip this toke. If you stayed this long, I really appreciate you. Consider subscribing for more podcast episodes, and check out the channel for all types of different content. I got a variety of different videos I've been trying to go on. A few videos that I'd like to record and put up in the future sooner than later. World Without Money. Video talking about Freemasonry and like these cult organizations. I have a few more on my list here. I got some lyric breakdown videos that are coming. I got, what's that? Yeah, podcast episodes. I want to do more streaming, live rap shows, and then chop up the highlights. So those will be coming. More podcast episodes, obviously. But yeah, that being said, thank you for sitting through this ramble if you made it this far. And let's rip a toke together, end the episode, right? And I'll see what I gotta do next. Maybe I'll just chill for the night. Knowing my brain, probably not, but, here's hoping. So let me crack this window and we'll rip quick. Alright, family. Remember, like I said before, we're all made of water. We're all made of the same stuff. We all bleed the same color. We all got a lot more in common than we do differences. We all have a lot more similarities than differences, right? And if we can realize that, maybe we could put a lot of bullshit aside and help each other out more and really take care of each other and really unite, come together, right? That's what it's about, man. I'm learning, or I'm understanding more day by day that it really is about love and supporting each other and like caring about each other. Even if there are shitty versions of yourself out there, it's all you at the end of the day, right? But yeah, let's get this smoke going. I appreciate y'all for joining. Don't forget the sploof. If you're not session, you best be blessed and all that good stuff. Cheers to the family. $3:09 on the time, so I don't forget. And then for anyone wondering what a sploof is, I have the stick in the end to block the thing from coming out. It's just cardboard with dryer sheets in it. Make the smoke smell better, you know? Like a smoke buddy. But yeah, that being said, I'll leave this episode here. I won't take up too much more of your time, but thank you for spending yours to join me in this moment of presence, you know? I'll leave it here. Subscribe, hit like, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Check out the channel. I got hella other vids. I love you. Stay safe. Good luck. Easy.